Jim, what stood out about Carnes' 12 strikeout performance over 5?
Well, he's kind of pitching at the twilight time. I mean, he struck out 10 in 6 1/3 innings in Tampa. We know they're a little bit like the Orioles. They're a free swinging ball club. So he comes in here. What do the Orioles do? They hit home runs. So again, he had power curveball, throws it 35% of the time. That number probably went up tonight. And 12 strikeouts, probably 9 on curveballs and 3 on fastballs. Made some great pitches. Adam Jones goes down. Again, I don't think they picked it up. They couldn't hit it. They didn't look for it. And again, he threw the ball very well. I mean, what a bargain they got for Jared Dyson, who really doesn't play a lot. He goes to Seattle. So there are the numbers. He does not get the win, but he certainly pitched well enough to win. So, 22 strikeouts now in 11 1/3 innings. Pretty impressive.
Jimmy, I was saying it just a few minutes ago. I was a little disappointed with the Orioles offense. You got to come back and win this game tonight, so at least you got a shot at the series. But the swings from Manny, and quite a few of them, so long, and that you just know that you kind of like to face lineups that tried to do that to you. What did you see on your side?
Well, again, I was talking during the game, and I talk to Scott Coolbaugh all the time, and he's the Oriole hitting instructor, and he says, listen, your strength is, Manny Machado, perfect example. He had 30 home runs 2 years ago, 37 last year, but he's at his best. That's when he's a 285, 290 hitter, using the right side of the field, and the home runs just come. And, when you throw him a fastball down and away or a breaking ball down and away, and he rifles it into right field, it changes your whole perspective as a pitcher, and not only that particular night, but also coming into the next game or the next series. So right now, I very rarely do you see them put the shift on that they did, because he's become a pull hitter. You just can't write 37 home runs up on the board. You got to earn them. You got to have those productive at bats by hitting the ball down the way. Sometimes you get more pitches to hit inside. And then I kind of heard what you said about Brandon Moss. I don't know where they just tried to throw some kind of meandering cutter, no definitive target off the plate. And that was the difference in the game. So back-to-back games, the Orioles usually don't get beat by the home run, but Moss hit 451 feet last night, and then he got the game winner tonight.
Jim, let me ask you just one more question about Alec Asher. He comes in, it seems like he pitches effectively, but he's got this knack for giving up home runs.
Well, that's too many balls in the middle of the plate. I like his windup. I think he can make quality pitches, but he loves this cut fastball. And he loses the tilt. If I throw a slider and I stay behind it, I pull it down, the ball goes across the plate. It doesn't stay, or actually goes middle to the outside corner. His cutter kind of meanders in the middle of the plate. That's what Moss hit. Taylor hit a fastball in Washington, and they were big home runs. In Washington, the Orioles had a 6-2 lead. It went from 6-2 to 6-4 on a home run, and tonight, again, it's the difference. Buck Shoulder, when you get a guy like Alex Asher, who had a great first start for the Orioles, he said there's always something behind the hidden door that you don't know about. And I guess we're going to have to find out. I still like his windup. His stuff is good enough. He doesn't throw quite as hard as I thought he did. 90, 91. You'd like to see maybe 92, 93 with those other pitches. But at the end of the day, because of the injuries and what's going on, he's probably going to get an opportunity. But, hey, Tyler Wilson, he came up for that Boston start. There's help down in the minor leagues. Lenore had to go on the DL for the hamstring. They have other options, and if Asher or other pitchers don't pitch well, you're probably going to see those guys.
Well, Jim, as always, we appreciate your insights. We'll chat with you tomorrow afternoon when the Orioles wrap up the series in Kansas City.